welcome. The title of the message today is God is Here. But let's begin by affirming our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God. So please, let's go into a state of awareness of this present moment together as we make our personal connection with God. Taking a deep breath, releasing that breath, and allowing our body to relax, we become aware of this present moment. Allowing our mind to become a little more still, open to Spirit, the teacher within us, so that we may take from the message today exactly what we need to put to use in our life. And so it is. Amen. God is here. The last line of the prayer for protection is, wherever God is, I am. It is our comfort, this ever-present, one presence and one power of the universe. I'd like to talk about where that is said in the Bible and what it means for us. So let's first go to the Hebrew Scriptures, the Psalms, those songs that are attributed to be written by King David. Reading from the George Lomsa translation from the Aramaic language that Jesus spoke. Psalm 16, and I'd like to read one verse, verse 8. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. This word translated as Lord, El, it's a placeholder because for Hebrews it was against their law to pronounce the word that is translated as God. And so, Lord. And why Lord? This word is not a really good translation, but it works because what it means for us, this is that we are handing over the active voice in our life from our nafsha self, from our sense of separate self, from our ego, to the highest part of us. And allowing this highest part of us to be Lord. It's not a sense of bondage, but a sense of freedom because we make the choice. So that we're no longer in bondage to this sense of separate self, to this unconscious activity that rules our being, to a conscious activity, a sense of being awake, this observer in us that is always present, the I am presence in us, God in us. And this is the Lord. And this Lord is always with us. Even when this other voice, our nafsha self, our separate self, self with a lowercase s, is active in us. This self with a capital S is present, even at our lowest moments. And that is our comfort. We are never alone. Wherever we are, God is. That's the last line of our prayer for protection. I'd like to read one more verse from the book of Acts. It's written by the same author as the Gospel according to Luke. And I'd like to read from chapter 17, 2 verses 27 and 28. So that they should seek and search after God, and find him by means of his creations, because he is not far from any one of us. For in him we live and move and have our being. As some of your own wise men have said, for we are his kindred. In fact, children. So we can find God. We can get this experience of knowing the presence of God in us from what surrounds us. Because God is in whom we live and move and have our being. That word God in Aramaic is Allah. And the proper translation would be the self-existent one. So the one presence and one power in the universe. The self-existent one. This is not a single being. It is being itself. Always present wherever we are. Because wherever we all are is always a part of this being. So, even when we feel alone, when we feel like there is no one with us, that we have been abandoned, in this sense of despair at loss, at pain, we are never alone. God is here, right here, wherever you are. There can be no greater comfort than this. The one presence, the all power. All power comes from God. And this presence is at our back. At our right hand is what the psalm says. Always there, ready to help us, ready to guide us. And this is our comfort. God is here, right now, and in every now moment. And we can call on this. We can remember this. This is the affirmation to use when we are feeling alone. God is here. There is no time that we are alone, that we do not have this ever-present help. It's right here. It's everywhere. It is being itself. And so we make that personal connection with being. When we can allow the voices in our mind to become quiet. When we take that deep breath. When we remember the truth of who we are. That we are each one offspring of the divine. If the divine is the ocean, we are the waves in the ocean. We are not separate from the ocean. We are a movement of the ocean. We are God expressing in this world, in whom we live and move and have our being. There is only one presence, and we participate in the ongoing creation of the universe. God is here. Let that be our affirmation when we forget. And so, let's close by praying our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Thank you.